Good morning, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, thank you.
It's okay. My name is Hussein Kassab. I'm thrilled here to be a facilitator for today's training session on safe manual handling. With 16 years experience in render, painter, in both commercial and residential construction across Australia. I bring a wealth of practical knowledge to our discussion. I hold a certificate 3 in painting and decorating, as well as a certificate 3 in solid plastering. Let's start by an introduction. Could you please share your name, background, and what you hope to gain from today's session?
My name is Tobias. I've been doing laboring for more than 6 months. I'm willing to learn a new skill as a painter.
All right,
That's all.
very good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. To ensure smooth communication, let's adhere to a few ground rules. Maintain a respectful tone throughout our discussion. Don't hesitate to ask any questions if you have any. Please put your phone on vibrating during this session or silent, please.
Yes, just yeah, sorry.
Alright, beautiful. As we engage in our session, let's also prioritise workplace health and safety considerations. Let's start by making sure we're comfortably seated. In case of an emergency, we'll leave through this door. And we'll leave through the door and meet in the parking lot. If the alarm sounds, stay calm and follow my directions. A first aid kit is available near the door down the bottom of the warehouse. Let me know if you need anything.
Okay.
Before we begin, could you please write your name, info on this attendance paper for the attendance purposes, please? Okay.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you for submitting your ID as requested. I appreciate your cooperation. As a reminder, our session today will be designed to last approximately 30 minutes. I strongly encourage active participation from yourself. Please don't hesitate to ask questions or share your thoughts throughout the session.
Okay.
I want to take a moment to express my sincere gratitude for your completion of your self-assessment checklist. Thank you very much for that. Your valuable insight have been helpful in shaping the content of today's training to better address your specific needs and expectations. Without further ado, let's highlight today's session goals and outcomes. The outcome or purpose of today's presentation on safe manual handling is to educate on the best practices and techniques for lifting,
Okay.
carrying, moving objects in a way that minimises the risk of injury. Throughout this session, we'll combine video presentation with slide-based discussions. To ensure we're all on the same page, I'll be asking questions about the material. These questions will help me understand how well you're grasping the concepts as we progress. Do you understand what manual handling is?
Yes, I do.
Okay, very good. We're going to be watching a video that will help us understand manual handling. I'll just give you a minute to pull it up. Okay. Is the screen alright like that?
Yeah, cool.
No. Just give me a minute. Pull up the rest of my. How did you find that video?
Really helpful.
Okay, that's what.
Really helpful.
Just give me a minute. I'll pull up more PowerPoints.
No.
Alright. Introduction to the importance of manual handling. Are you right with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Safe manual handling is a crucial part of protecting workers from debilitating injuries. It involves using the proper techniques and equipment to move objects in a way that minimizes physical strain and risk to them. Common manual handling injuries. Back injuries is when you pick something up and you don't pick it up in a correct way. You can strain your muscles, or you can irritate your joints to where you have a disc. Disc is where your vertebrae agitate or tear the cartilage in between your vertebrae. Shoulder injuries, where you overstrain your shoulders and you tear the inner cup and you suffer a tear in there and they don't heal very well. Knee and ankle injuries. Ergonomics and proper lifting techniques. Ergonomic practices. Adjust workstations to fit the worker, minimize repetitive motions, and provide proper equipment like lift assists. Where you can use machinery to lift things, it's better to use a machine, forklift, pallet jack to push things and move things instead of you physically try to strain yourself and move them. Lift with legs. Never lift objects using your back muscles. Always use your legs. So when you go to lift something, always use your legs and your hips and not pick up with your back like that. Avoid twisting. Twisting is when you go to pick something up off the floor and you do pick it up from here and you try to do here. That really agitates your lower back. Importance of core strength and flexibility. Your core strength is your chest, your abs and your hips. This is your core strength. This is what you want to be using when you lift. You don't want to be using your back. You want to put as minimal strain on your back. The way you can maintain this is by doing exercises. Not to the point where you're full-time at the gym, but where you stretch in the morning before you actually go in and work. This helps keep your muscles flexible, your joints flexible, and it puts less risk of you actually tearing something and hurting yourself. Workplace policies and training. Most workplaces will try promote that you do not lift with your lower back. They will show you videos on how to do manual handling. They will explain to you where you can use a machine, like for instance a forklift, pallet jack. Where you need 2 people to lift, you use 2 people to lift. This is as well, every person is different. So to say some people are capable of lifting 20 kilos, some people are not. So you cannot say just 20 kilos, that's a safe standard for everybody to lift. So where somebody is a little bit less capable, you can't force them to lift something that they're not capable of. Implementing safe manual handling practices. Use mechanical aids, practice teamwork, take regular blood breaks. Using mechanical aids, forklifts, pallet jacks, machinery to lift things for you. Practice teamwork is where you, instead of having one person move a lot of bulky items, is you get a few people in there and they rotate, or they help each other move that. So there's less, it's not just straining one person. Regular breaks is one, it's each up to the individual. It is up to the individual to be aware of their own capabilities. If they need a break from doing a repetitive task, then so be it. You can't just force somebody to keep doing something repetitive. That's how you get prone to injuries. Continuous improvement and moduling. Review incidents, gather feedback, adjust procedures, monitor performance. If there is an incident on site, you review it, see how it went wrong, what went wrong, and implement it in your swims on how to tackle that so it doesn't happen again. Injuries do happen, but the more we can minimize them, the better for everyone. Gather feedback, ask your workers, ask your people on what we can do different on implementing. Adjust procedures, adapt procedures. So if you find something isn't working for your workers or for your company, so to say, try something different. Monitor performance. Ask your workers how they're performing. Watch your workers how their performance is. Identify and assessing manual handling hazards. Observe tasks. Analyze risks. Mitigate hazards. Okay. Observing tasks is when you're going to do something, think about the task you're doing, what you got to do, and how you're going to do it. Analyzing the risk. What is the risk and what can go wrong, and what can happen if it goes wrong. Mitigating the hazards is how do we minimize the hazards or something going wrong. Workplace policies and training. Clear policies, comprehensive training, continuous education, accountability. Your policies that you have in place for your manual handling should be clear for everybody to understand, and translated in a way to your workers they can understand. Comprehensive training is make sure your workers or your company as a whole has a grasp of training and understand what can go Continuous training as well, not just train once, that's it. Continuous training and development. Continuous education is just as we touched before. Always make sure they're up to date with their education continuously, so they're not complacent with the task. Accountability is that everybody is accountable and held responsible, not just the company, everybody from top down. Continuous improvement and monitoring. Review, I think we've been through this. No, we haven't. Review incidents, gather feedback, adapt procedures, monitor performance. Been through this one, sorry.
You got it.
I think, I think we've reached the end of our PowerPoints. Okay, just give me a minute while I pull up the rest of it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Conclusion of with this, we've reached the end of our session. Today we've learned about how do you find the PowerPoints?
Very understandable.
Yeah.
I think I was doing some stuff wrong, like lifting for my lower back was really useful for myself.
We're going to run through a few scenarios here about lifting. We've got a few items here to demonstrate on.
Good.
And we're just going to demonstrate how we would pick something up in a workplace in a safe manner without try to put too much strain on our lower back or our core or our self as a whole. We've got a box of tape here, it's roughly around 10 kilos. The way we would probably approach this, the right way or the best way to approach this and physically pick it up would be to use our knees and our hips and try to keep our core as straight as possible and pick it up like this. Okay? Me personally, I don't like lifting things off the front. Why? Because it puts strain on my back. I like to carry things up on my shoulder, more balanced. Okay. You want to take it?
Yeah,
You want to have a go?
yes.
So squat your knees.
So like that?
No. Bend your knees, bend your hips. Yep.
Like
Keep
that?
your back straight. Yep.
Like this?
Something like that and pick it up. Yep. Very good.
So always using your legs.
Always use your knees, and your hips, and you always try to keep your back as straight as possible. Okay.
So then it's personal. Can you
Personal, yeah, it's personal preference. Me, I like to carry it on my shoulder because I'm more balanced.
Okay.
Okay.
And put back is the same.
Put back the same as in reverse. Okay.
Yeah, good.
And now we're going to demonstrate the bucket.
Yep.
Buckets are an odd one. They've put handles on it, but same principle. And just keep your core straight and pick it up. Yeah.
Yes.
You want to give it a go?
Yeah.
Never pick something up and twist with it. It agitates your lower back. You won't feel it straight away, but it will catch up with you. Knees, hips. Yep. Yep. Very good. Okay. Okay. That's very good, Tobias. How do you find that?
Really useful. I think I was doing wrong for a long time. I was using my lower back.
No, you wanna avoid using your lower back, and you wanna avoid doing this motion with heavy weights.
Okay.
Always try to keep your knees, hips. They're the ones that take the weight of whatever you're picking up. Okay.
Alright. Thank you.
When you're, sometimes you'll find when you're it's easier to pick up 2 buckets, you're more balanced, so to say. Or where you need to move a lot of buckets, you use a pallet jack, put them on a pallet or a trolley, and you use a trolley to move them.
Okay.
Or if you got to move a lot of them, don't run backwards and forwards with them. It's not good for you. It will catch up. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So how do you find that?
I found very useful, but I have a question. So let's say, how much weight should I supposed to carry?
It all comes back to the person themselves. You can't get somebody that's 50 kilos to pick something up that's 20 kilos half their weight.
Okay.
And you can, and in turn, if somebody's 100 as well, you can't get some. It all depends on your physical ability as an individual. Some people are comfortable lifting 20 kilos, some people aren't. So we're all different. We're all different, and you can't push somebody to say, "Oh, you got to pick that up." You can't do that. It's you'll put them at risk of hurting themselves. It just comes back to you as management. How in your field of work, how do you find carrying?
I find like you say, I go where I feel comfortable to carry.
Yeah.
Maybe I was lifting wrong using my lower back.
Yeah.
But usually around 25, maximum 30 kilos.
Do you use a trolley?
Yes, when we can use it, yes, but sometimes, the soil we digging is not,
It's not.
It's not.
Yeah, it's not ergonomic.
is not gonna, yeah.
Okay. What about a mechanical aid like a pallet jack?
No, we can't use them, a few.
You can't use
You
it.
can use it. So we need to use the muscle.
Okay. Do you guys put like a few people to do that task, or do you just set one person to do that task?
Now we rotate.
You rotate.
We rotate.
Very good. What about carrying buckets up like through the building? How do you do that?
Yes, like as I say, we put not like full bucket, we put half bucket and then we bring it up.
Let's say you're on ground floor and you want to carry out your works on level 10 today. How would you get your material up there?
Now we're gonna carry up to the lift
Yeah.
if we don't have a trolley,
Yeah.
and then we go from the lift up to level 10.
Alright.
Yes.
So you use a lift or an elevator?
Yeah,
or...
or elevator.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
very good.
When we have it, yes.
Alright. How do you find people different people with physical abilities like some people? We're not all equal. Let's say you get somebody that's a little bit more physically smaller than somebody bigger. How do you go about that? How do you deal with
We
that?
basically for example, when you're gonna carry a bucket, we share, so we get
So it's 2 people carrying.
two
one
people
bucket.
carry one
Ah,
bucket.
that's very good. Very good. Okay, sharing the weight load, that's good.
Yes, share the weight. Yeah.
Okay. What about, let's say you got something big, bulky and awkward to lift up, let's say for a spraying machine. How would you push that around?
We try to find a trolley.
Try to find the
Try
trolley.
to find a trolley. If you find, you put inside the trolley.
Oh,
Otherwise,
okay.
we share the weight as well with 2 people.
Okay.
But normally these machines come with wheels, so it's easy to.
Okay. So they got their own things
Yeah,
to make it easier to push
to make
around
one,
and use.
yes.
Alright. What about, do you use wheelbarrows much?
Yes, sometimes we do.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Do you use, get shown how to use them or no?
Nah, like they just use the wheelbarrow, so I think I was doing wrong. I was using my back to
To
lift
pick it up? No.
Yes.
No, you always want to avoid that.
Yes.
You want to use your knees and your
back.
hips. They're the ones you want to be carrying the load, not your back.
Yeah. I think I was doing it wrong for a while.
Okay, very good. Okay. With this, we've reached the end of our session today. We've learned about the practices and techniques for lifting, carrying, and moving objects in a way that minimises the risk of injury and practically demonstrated safe handling. Do you have any questions and comments?
No, I'm thinking good.
Yeah.
You'll explain, yeah.
You've taken something away from this today? This
Yes,
training has
yes.
been helpful?
Yes, especially lifting stuff I was doing completely wrong, using my lower back to pull up things.
Okay. What about, do you guys use a back brace when lifting or no?
I don't feel comfortable, but
Okay.
yes, the company gives to us.
They give to you.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. It does. They do help stabilize your lower back, and they do make sure you can't use, so to say, your lower back, so you can't do this, all this motion. They are very good, and they do help you stabilize your core, so you're using your knees and your hips to carry the weight. Okay, that's okay. What about now you're starting to see what you call it, exoskeletons as well for lifting, but that's probably far off anyway. To deepen your understanding on these topics, I recommend you exploring related YouTube videos. Watch videos on how to lift, how to move with objects. They're helpful. They can save you. They can save your back from getting done. Before we wrap up, please check your emails for a feedback form. Your opinions are essential in improving future sessions. Thank you for your active participation.
Thank you.
I look forward to our next session. Thank you very much, Tobias.
Thank you,
for your
guys.
data.
Have a
Thank you
good
very
day.
much.
Thank
You
you.
too.